What's happening, family? Welcome back to another episode of Let Us Tell It. I'm one of your hosts, Marcus Tanksley, a.k.a. Tank, a.k.a. King Heifer. The other host is...
Gooseby. How y'all doing?
Greg Gooseby.
Yeah, Greg Gooseby. By the way, man, my eyes twitching, and it's irritating me.
So,
it's not irritating me. It's
annoying you?
Yeah, it's annoying me.
Yeah,
so if I
irritating.
man, you can't see it. But this joke is just like boop, 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 boop.
We're doing cartwheels. So if you watching and he looks distracted, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. If this is your first time, if you are a repeat watcher or listener, we greatly appreciate that too. This is a weekly podcast that we do. It's called Let Us Tell It, and it's basically coming from a man's point of view. Coming from a father's point of view, coming from a black man's point of view, which is also important in this country, coming from a brother, husband, all of that jazz. And instead of going to a source from an unknown, going to a author from an unknown source, I don't know what I'm trying to say right there. Let us tell it. You know what I'm saying? Pop the question down below.
Yes.
You know, pop the question out to our, we got the Patreon on Angel side, but wherever, put it in one of the things.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments and let us tell it. Anyway, so this week we we're going to get to the main segment, but right now we got a segment up top that we do sometimes called 10-4, 10-no.
10-4, 10.
You want to go ahead and lead them with your 10-4 or 10-no?
Yeah, man. My 10-4 is my 10-no. All right. Let me explain. I'm going to stand up for you. Here we go. Shorts. All right. This is a 10-4 for me. All right. Just slightly covering the knee. You know what I'm saying?
Slightly covering it, even slightly just above the knee.
This could work too. Okay. That's a 10-4. Okay. Now, when you get to
mid-thigh.
up here, and
when you get to the color change of your thigh.
Yeah, you see the tan line, getting up in here. That's a 10-no. All right.
You saying that's a 10-no because you ain't by your mic
10-no.
right now.
Oh yeah, that's a 10-no. Up here, when your shorts are up here, past your quads or whatever, that's a 10-no for me. That at that point you're wearing swim trunks. Okay, those are swim trunks. So slightly across the knee or slightly above the knee, but I shouldn't be able to see you. I shouldn't be able to see you flexing your quads. Yeah. That's a 10-no for your boy. Okay.
Yeah, actually, for me too. I'm not down with the whole hoochie daddy short trend that's going on right now. Now the ladies, I get why you like it, and everybody they posting these videos of these dudes with these extremely muscular quads, saying, "See, this is the type of shorts y'all men need to be wearing." Everybody's legs ain't about to look like it in them shorts. Too, I'm not about to wear no goddamn. My shirt is not about to be longer than my shorts. They just don't look right to me. But at the same time, it was one video I saw where this chick, she was basically saying she was comparing the video, and she had the dude. Dude was, tell he was working out probably in his early 20s. Big, thick legs, you know what I'm saying? Had on his little bitty shorts. And then she showed the little white boy in real skinny. He's a real skinny white dude, but he had on real baggy shorts. And I'm like, so you shaming him? You shaming the little skinny white boy because he ain't much. Don't wear your shit. This is not a go. I'm like, I ain't gonna talk about her. But can't be shaming this man because he ain't got legs like that. And to me, I got to a point I was squatting 550. My legs never got bigger. Never. Now I did find out that my calves, there was things that I could be doing to make, more things I could be doing to make my calves bigger, but I didn't know that at the time because I'm doing calf raises and stuff, doing all kind of running on my tiptoes, all that. Nothing worked. But I was squatting a whole bunch of weight. Never skipped leg day. My legs never grew.
So hold on. Is that why you wouldn't wear the booty shorts?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I never would, regardless. But I'm saying the examples that they giving are the dudes, probably the other dudes that be squatting 5-something and they got these big, massive legs.
Nah.
I'm like, now you see somebody walking down the leg, you got toothpicks for leg. Now I ain't got no toothpicks. I still be I don't skip leg day. But but you see him in them and it's like, oh yeah, now he should wear longer shorts. So like, I don't know. It's just not me. I'm not gonna do it. Angel was like, you should wear it. No, I'm not. She knows I'm not gonna do it. I don't care.
I think those booty shorts should be worn.
Hoochie daddy shorts.
Yeah, the hoochie daddy shorts. They still booty shorts. They should be. There's a time and place for them. You walking the beach, cool. That's where they belong.
Yeah.
But you going out to dinner or something, if I don't want to see at brunch, if you at brunch, I don't want to see it all the way up here. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of
one of my boys.
It looks weird to me.
Minx, he did a video. They was out, him and his boys was all in the gym working out. He said, "Why ain't y'all got on tights under your shorts? Because they all had on the shorts." But he said, "Now you putting your thigh sweat all on the bench," and it's true. Dude sitting down, doing quad raises or leg extensions. Yeah. And it was like, you got a shirt on. Like, do you have anything on under that shirt? Because that's how short your shorts are. Anyway, it ain't for me. I understand some people are doing. Like I said, Angel wants me to do it so bad. She got me these little. She wants me to wear these the swim trunks that look like basically look like boxer briefs.
Yep.
She said, "You need to wear these. She can't take me wearing gray sweatpants or sweat shorts."
But she wants you to wear the booty shorts.
What you doing with them on? But you want me to wear these drawers at the beach? What's that gonna do?
See, I'll wear them at the beach.
I will too, and she gonna be mad. Like, why she smiling all in your face? I saw her eyes diverting. Damn, when you wanted this. Now I'm about to jog slowly down the beach.
I'm gonna jog fast, so that thing. You see?
Do jumping jacks. You working out? Nah, I'm just doing these jumping jacks.
That thing be slapping. Whack out.
Yeah,
but tenfold for the booty shorts. No, 10 for the booty shorts. Keep them right above your knee or halfway.
Yeah, that's him. That's me too. I'm not. All my shorts hit either at my knee, right above, or right below, depending on what they are. I do have some. I did buy some by mistake that was mid thigh. I'm not wearing them.
Yeah,
and they too tight. Like
they for occasions, man.
They too tight every time.
It's for a look. If
the ones I bought, by the time I sat down, I'm like, something's about to bust through. All in the crotches too small, the thighs too small. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
My 10-no is we took the boys camping a couple weeks ago. Originally it was supposed to be a trip for the mothers and their kids, and which I was fine with. And then it ended up I don't know what ended up happening, but it ended up being co-ed or something. And I still didn't want to go. I said I have no desire. I will be at home with Amar. You go on out there, and so Angel ended up getting a yurt, which is basically like a hard wall tent, basically.
Yurt?
Yeah, yurt. It's like a step below a cabin.
Okay.
It's like door, roof, and everything. It's basically this was one big circular room.
Oh, I think I seen.
Yeah, it's like made of wood and everything. It's got the cone shaped top, and then it has like the very top that could open up. Got electricity and all that. Just ain't got running water. Like it was still communal showers in the like men's and women's showers.
Wow.
So she ended up getting that, and she was like, "We'll just sleep here and then go meet everybody over at the campsite." Both she thought she was getting a yurt near where everybody was staying. That wasn't the case. Her yurt was like across the street at a different campsite. So then they said they're going. Angel ain't never been camping. Most of these women out there had never been camping, and if they had, they usually went with their cousins or whatever. There was like one or two like experienced campers, and that's a whole different story. People that be camping all the time. I was like, I don't know what y'all see in this, but anyway, I ended up going. I said, you know what? No, y'all gonna be out there. I want to go. I don't think I would ever be comfortable with them going out camping, not having me there or whatever. So I ended up going. Boys had a blast. It ain't something I would ever look forward to doing, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did go. Like the boys, they ended up, of course, they wanted to sleep in the tent, but I made Angel take them all. I'm like, I'm not about to be out here with the boys and dealing with him while you sleeping in this cozy bed. We got sleeping bags and mattress, air mattress. What?
So the yurt is a sleeping quarter, and then the boys wanted a straight up
because
tent.
I brought a tent.
Oh,
yeah, they was like, nah, I'm doing this for real. I'm sleeping outside with Daddy in the tent.
Okay.
Luckily, I got a big enough one, but we had a blast, man. It was fun watching them, like just out there play, get hurt, and all of that. I took them bike riding and everything, and we told them before we went, we was like, for the next 3 days, y'all not about to have no electronics.
Oh man!
And they was like, oh, I said, good news. We was like, the good news is y'all going camping. We going camping. They're like, oh yeah. They did not once think about a Nintendo Switch, a cell phone, a tablet. Not one single time. Their time was fully occupied.
I remember those days, boy.
Yeah, that was a test of tenfold for me. We had a good time. I'm glad we did it. If they they would have to beg me to do it again. It ain't something be like, all right, let's pack up and go camping. Nah.
Was there any warnings of like animals? Would they?
Well, this was this particular is El Capitan, I think. This was near a beach, so it's you don't get that as much. There was some wildlife out there because somebody left. Not somebody. I think I left those marshmallows out, and something tore all up into the bag.
Yeah.
Then what? None of that stuff. It was like a s'mores package where you get everything comes in the little box.
Yeah.
Something rolled up that night because what I did is I tied the trash bags to the bikes because I didn't have a cable or nothing. I'm like, that's all I was listening for all night was the rustling of the bag. I'm like, somebody trying to take these bikes, and I'm gonna walk in. But I kept hearing rustling, but I was like, that's not the trash. I didn't sleep at all anyway. I was like, well, that ain't the trash bag. I ain't worried about it. Got up the next morning, walked out, and I'm like, ants all on the mall. I'm looking, I'm like, something done chewed through this box. Probably a raccoon or something, but I thought it was funny. I said, I'd be damn.
My worst fear is doing that in bears.
That was my biggest thing was a bear, which this particular area, I don't think there would be bears. Bears could be in any location, especially a campsite, because there's always food around. But I don't think I was too much worried about a bear, because California just has like the brown bear, not the black bears. They kind of smaller. They ain't no grizzly gonna run up on you. And then my biggest thing was like scorpions and snakes.
Yeah. Okay.
And spiders. But I think because we were near the water, that wasn't as big of a thing, because the beach was right there. We literally rode over. We could see the water. Like the water was right there. We were up on a elevated part of the land, so it was like you walk far enough, there's a cliff. Sunrise and sunsets was beautiful because we had the ocean right there.
Cool.
But other than that, didn't really see outside of like groundhogs, ground squirrels, muskrats, stuff like that running around. You ain't see nothing crazy. So yeah, it was a 10-4.
10-4 for
Do
camping.
something different. Do something different with your kids. If they ain't been camping, take them camping. Have a good time.
Explore.
Yeah. So today's topic, we want to talk about alpha women and alpha men. Me personally, this whole alpha male thing kind of took off. To me, I think it's like overly used, similar to the topic last week, toxic masculinity, the whole alpha man, alpha woman, betas, and all this. I really don't I don't know if it's a coach thing. I ain't even look up to see exactly, because the way people use it is pretty much opinionated on how people use it. Quote unquote alpha man, alpha woman. But the reason I wanted to talk about it, there was a comment. I can't remember the episode. I can't find the comment, but I did remember what it was about. Basically, it was a young lady. She's been dating, and she said she's having trouble finding a man or staying with a man because she's an alpha woman, and a lot of men can't take that. Yeah. They can't handle being with an alpha woman. And somebody commented under that, another young lady, and was like, if you're an alpha woman and you get with an alpha man, eventually he will become a beta man. So you need to, basically telling her to suppress her alpha woman traits so she could actually get with somebody and be happy, which is some of the worst, most inaccurate advice I've ever seen in my life. Basically, like telling her to change who she is. Yeah. Like it's awful. It's something like, hopefully she sees this. The one who had the concern of,
that's a bad thing.
Being, looking for somebody. In my opinion, the only thing you're doing is weeding out the men that can't handle you. Be you.
Yeah.
And for the other woman that commented and said that basically the alpha man will eventually be a beta, like that, that's BS too. Because you, like, Mel, for instance, Melanie had a very high position at a very recognizable network. She would have never been in that position had she not been an alpha woman.
True.
Does that make you a beta? Absolutely not. Anybody that sees us on our social media in public or that follows us or whatever, same as Angel. Yeah, everybody knows Angel is not no pushover. She's an alpha woman. Angel is attracted to me because I'm an alpha man. I never wanted a submissive woman. Just because we're alphas don't mean we're gonna butt and somebody has to submit. That's just to me, that's just a good marriage. You let the person take control who's strongest at that particular thing. If Angel is very organized and good at handling the finances, guess what? She's gonna handle the finances. if I'm head of household, I know she's good at the finances. I'm gonna say, hey, would you handle this?
Yep.
Simple as that. It's like, you better at it than me. It's like any decent, any good, look up a good leader. Any good leader knows their strengths and weaknesses and lets people take over at their strengths to handle things accurately. Things that I'm good at, that's what I'm going to take over as.
That's
the point guard can't be a center. So he sends in the big man to do it. Like,
usually,
I mean, unless you some players.
Usually the CEOs and the your manager. This is a perfect example. All of you out there have had a manager that you're smarter than. You're like, he doesn't know what he's doing, and you can do his job better than him, but he's in this position. The reason he's in this position is because he knows how to organize and manage, basically make sure this person is doing this correctly, this person is doing that correctly, right, and everything comes and works efficiently. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's how relationships are. Y'all supposed to see who does what better and collab and make your household work efficiently. Now, if the lady's making more money, hey, all right, well, how many, what percentage of the bills can you pay, save, this, that, and other? Then I can do this part over here. If I'm making whatever I'm making, I can handle the groceries or whatever, and then vice versa. And just because a man submits to his wife or respects his wife doesn't make him a beta male. Just because he's like, oh yeah, we can do that, or doesn't argue with her about things, or like we're saying, let her handle things, that doesn't make him a beta male. Shoot, I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm trying to
this whole alpha beta thing. Like, I know men that can't make decisions. Yeah, I know women that can't make decisions. Is that considered beta? I don't know. I know a couple. As a couple, they cannot solely independently make a decision without the other person. Yeah. Is that just a good partnership, or are they both betas? I don't know. Like, they would literally sit there and just like, well, I don't know. I'm going to see what she's going to say. I don't know. Let me check with him. Yeah. And nothing will get done. It's just like, well, here, let me make it. Like, it's like...
When it comes to me, that I always, especially if it's about money, I'm like, hey, Mel, what you think about this? Because I'm thinking about doing this. I need your input, because she brings up questions that I'm like, you know what?
Very analytical.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even think about that. Man, I ain't about to do that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't even see. I know that she can bring a perspective that I don't even think about. Right. So that's me utilizing my wife's talent on that end. Mm-hmm. But just because I went to her to get her opinion, and then her opinion altered my decision, that doesn't make me beta or me soft because of her opinion, and her opinion was great advice. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't see a alpha woman changing alpha male into a beta male.
Yeah. So actually, I got because I was gonna get on these two comments that came from Patreon, but I got a perfect example. So I think I was on Tahir's podcast, More to the Story, and we was talking about the question was, what's the worst piece of advice you've ever gotten as a married man? Yeah. And my response was, if I can remember this correctly, because I just watched it because I wanted to remember it for this episode. Mine was basically don't ask for permission. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Oh, yeah.
Which is complete BS. And the example I gave, so I went and I got this is one of the guns I bought, right? It was a long gun rifle. And it was something, and me and Angel talked about it, and basically she didn't want me to get it. I went on and got it. Yep. She didn't know I had it. And one day I went to the gun range, came back from the gun range, and I'm pulling it out of the truck. Like, it's in the case, and I'm pulling it out of the truck, and she's pulling up into the driveway, and I'm like, oh my God. So in the story, I was like, oh my God, I was terrified. I never been so scared in my life, right? And so I went down like weeks later after that aired or whatever. I went down through the comments, and somebody, basically one of the dudes was commenting. It was like, oh, this dude's a beta. He's a simp. Why would you be scared of your wife? Blah blah blah. Why would you be scared? Oh, you don't make your own money. You make your own money. You can make your own decisions about whatever you want. That's what I do. Blah blah blah. This dude to me sounded so stupid and ignorant, just completely illogical. He sounded like an idiot. So because there's so much to that, the aspect of me doing something outside of Angel not wanting me to. For one, at that time there was a lack of respect. I was showing a lack of respect for Angel, because it ain't her giving me an order. You better not buy no more guns. It's Angel having a fear of guns. Yeah. Even the ones I already had, she has a fear, or had a fear of guns, and it bothered her by me like getting something different outside of a pistol or something. Now I'm bringing a rifle into the house, and it's her house too. She is like literally terrified of guns like that. So it wasn't me not being allowed to spend the money on the gun. I can buy whatever I want. You know, if I want to go out and spend money on this, that, or the other, she ain't got no problem with that. Yep. But would I buy that gun in particular because she expressed her fear of them? That was the issue. So me going to do that was basically, I knew in that moment, when I got it, I wasn't thinking on that track. But after, after we sat and talked, it was just like, yes, that was showing. I knew we was gonna have to do the work of me building back trust, because basically it was a fear that she had that I wasn't respecting. Yeah. So that was the fear that I was having. I was like, oh my God, here we go. We got to deal with this. It ain't because I'm actually scared of my wife. Yeah. It was just like, oh, now this is a hiccup. This is turbulence in our relationship that I caused, that I'm gonna have to deal with. But a simp like that dude that was commenting wouldn't understand that. Yeah. You causing turbulence. Y'all. You're not sleep. I don't know about anybody else. I don't sleep good when we mad at each other. You know what I'm saying? People say, oh, don't go to bed angry. That's BS. Sometimes I need to sleep on my anger and wake up feeling great. But it's like, by me being the one that created that turbulence and not talking things over with her beforehand and not respecting her fear, is like that was the issue. And that was like, oh, I did this, so now what am I going to do to fix this? How am I going to rectify this? That's going to take a lot. Yeah. What you about to say?
Men respecting your wife is not being soft.
They ain't being soft or weak or sent. Like, really?
Asking them what they think about things is not being soft. If you know something irritates your wife, or man, when you do things she's not going to approve of certain things. Right. You know it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not, oh, I'm scared. That's like, okay, I don't want no issues. Tank should, like he said, hey, I want to buy this gun. This is how it is. This is why I want to buy it. It's no different from the other guns. I understand where you're coming from. I don't want to disrespect you, but I think I'm going to buy this gun. I want to buy it. What you think? Yeah. Whatever. And then Angel probably like, you know what? Go on, get it now. Whatever.
Nah, she wouldn't have did that. But
yeah, you ain't buying that gun.
But that dumb ass asked for forgiveness. I'm like, nah, that was awful.
that was the bad thing.
Fellas, it's not better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Ask for permission, man. It ain't gonna change nothing. To that girl though, to the comment about the woman having to change for to find a man, right? I think my wheels were turning when the lady said she needs to adjust herself, depending on the alpha female's personality. Right. If you're talking down on the man, then yes, you have to adjust that. You can't. I know you paying the bills. I know you're making your own money. You know what I'm saying? But you also have to respect the man. You have to treat him like a man, just like a man opens the door for a woman. This is natural. This is a natural thing for me. I'm going to be respectful. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? To a female, you have to do the same to the male. So I'm not sure how that woman is treating the male.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It all comes in. I don't know if you want to call it doses, but you have to. If it's like a thing to where it's like, now you talking down to people, doing whatever, snapping at people. Now I 100% agree with you. It's like, no, it's you need to pull back. But just to tell somebody that don't be yourself and be an alpha, and let somebody take a lead. I definitely do not. Now I definitely do not agree with that. Now there was actually more recently, because like Angel is like that. She will be not talking down, but Angel will. Like you've been on tour with her. It was like, I'll carry my own bags. I'll do this. I'll do that.
Yep.
I fought with Angel with that from the beginning. And I got to the point to where I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to fight with you. Like it's this stuff like going to open the door for Angel, carrying Angel's bag. She's got it. She's strong. She can handle it. I got to the point, all right, because I've already explained to her, it's not about me thinking you weak. It's just about me not wanting you to have to deal with it. You let me deal with it. Like back in the day when we just had one child, I remember one time we were going through the airport and I got, luggage. She's got luggage, and just not even back when, Angel will overpack. So she's like struggling with all this stuff. And I'm like, well, here, give me the two biggest pieces. I could just put them on top of these. These is on wheels. It wouldn't be nothing extra for me, but at least she would, And I remember her dragging this luggage. Nah, I got it. Don't worry about it. I let her struggle.
Yeah.
And I just let it happen. I'm like, if that's what because it ain't hurting me. I don't care how people are looking at me. Why is he letting his woman do that? You can think what you want.
Yeah.
But actually, right before this is a couple years ago. This is before the tour and everything. She realized that, I don't know where she read it, but she was just like, she needs to, not that I was being a bait or anything. I was always an alpha. I just said I wasn't going to argue with her on those topics.
Yep.
And then she realized that she needs to allow me to be a man to her.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's allowing me. It ain't me not being a man. It's just her allowing that. So the things that I, going to open doors, pumping her gas and doing all this and that. She was like, no, that was something mentally that she had to overcome because she grew up, it was her three sisters and her mom. It was 5 women. Or hold on. Yeah, 5 women. So they always had to be the strength. Yeah. They never had the men to lean on like that growing up. So by her, now it's completely different. Like Angel will walk up to the car and just stand there. And I'm already trained to where it's like, why ain't you getting in the car?
Yeah.
Especially if we going out like on a date or something, she would just stand there. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like, look, you need to do it, and I just done created a monster. But again, that's like for her to be an alpha in that way. That's not saying anything about me. I'm not gonna create a bunch of turbulence over. I'm like, if that's what she wants to do, by all means, do it. I'm not gonna argue with you no more. So, with like what you were saying with the young lady, if it was like on a different level of, you need to do this and, tearing a man down, but she wants an alpha man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, don't change nothing about you. Weed out the ones that can't handle you. If what you're doing is not toxic and, condescending and everything else. Yeah. If you're just being you. So there was another comment. You mind if I go to the next comment?
Go ahead. Go to the next comment.
So the next comment kind of on the same thing. She said, this came from Andrea Kelly. She said, a friend once told me he would never marry a woman who makes more money than him. Is this a thing? Are men really bothered by their significant other making a significant being more successful, and making more money than them? Do you feel less than a man? Andrea, there's still a lot of men that think like this.
Yeah,
I think it's more of a generational thing. Of men thinking. Actually, my mother-in-law, she just got some of y'all might know, she just got her degree, and one of her classes, she wrote a paper on I can't remember if it was called Breadwinning Women or whatever, but she interviewed me and like 3 or 4 other men, and the other men were older than me, and a few of them were on that same mindset of they can't be with a woman that makes more than them. To me, in my opinion, that is a man that has some insecurities that I don't have. To me, that's just, it is what it is. It's like, for me, I've always, I mean, many people have heard me say it. I've always wanted even when I was dating, when I knew I wanted to get married, I said I always want my woman to make equal to or more than me, because I know what I'm capable of doing. I don't want a submissive woman. I don't want a woman that needs to be taken care of. I want us to be a power couple. I want us to bring in our equal parts. So that's something I always wanted. That never, something that never bothered me. In fact, it would bother me if it wasn't somebody that was capable of bringing in more than me.
Yeah. Men that think that way, I believe, like you said, it's insecurity, and they're worried about what everybody else is going to think about themselves. There is a feeling that you get. I've guilty of this. Your wife is making, or your wife is making, or your girlfriend is making more money than you, and you feel, as a man, you feel like that you can't just, this is my house, you know what I'm saying, because your lady's making more money than you, so you feel like she's the decision maker now, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Men, you got to get over that, especially if she's your wife, because y'all are one now. So hopefully she loves you and doesn't look down on you for not making as much money as she's making. But that wouldn't stop me from pursuing a relationship with the female, with the young lady. How dumb do you look if you're kicking it, or you're in a relationship with a lady that's making $500 million, right? You're sitting at the table with somebody that can potentially level you up to where you're making that money now. And you're going to throw that away just because, she makes me feel less than a man, less of a man. It's kind of crazy, man. I would love a woman to shower me with gifts all over my body. I would love it. Don't play yourself trying to be a man or this alpha guy when your blessings could be right there in your face, dead ass.
Yeah, and that's the thing. By you just saying that, can an alpha man have that state of mind? Can you be an alpha man and have a state of mind, well, my woman can't make more than me? To me, that's a big insecurity to have, to consider yourself an alpha.
That's good.
Like, you can't be an alpha.
That's real good.
If that is a true fear of yours.
Oh man, that's it. How are you an alpha male and you insecure about a lady making more money than you? So you're insecure as an alpha male? How is that possible?
Aspect. And on that same level, Nisha CA, she said, why is the idea that a strong man can't be married to a strong woman without people trying to emasculate the man? I see it in the comments all the time. Is Angel letting Tank do this, or Mel is not having that? And this stuff comes from other women. Nisha, I see it too, and I really don't pay attention. It's at the very most, it's slightly annoying. I don't pay attention to it, because people, they don't know our relationship. Sometimes people are joking. There's like, oh, Angel ain't having this.
That's what I take it as. I think.
Yeah, most of the time I take it as just people just playing around and joking. Now there are people that think that way, and it's interesting because you're right. Most of this does come from other women. And is that a toxic way of looking at it? Does Mel and Angel, they better be controlling these men? It's like I don't know how to look at that, but most times I look at that as, they're just playing around. Again, that's nothing to do with control. There's like when I, got the gun or whatever, it wasn't, Angel need to control me, or she wants to control me and say I couldn't. I got friends that you know, they're both into guns. You know, the husband and the wife, and you know, the wife has, you know, a gun or two of her own. The husband, he has guns, and anytime it comes to him not wanting or not being able to buy a gun, or his wife not wanting him to buy a gun, it has nothing to do with the gun. It has to do with the finances. She don't want me to spend this money on this gun, or you know, it costs a bit. That's going to be a problem. Or to where on us not doing the gun thing has nothing to do with the finances, is the fear of the gun from her.
Yeah.
So it's just like, does that make him a beta because, oh, I can't spend his money? No, because just like our relationship, her money is their money and his money is their money. Same with us. It's like, yes, but it's, you know, there's different aspects of that.
Yeah. I think I would take that the person is just playing, talking about, you know, Mel ain't having that, blase, blase. But on the other hand, though, you all do know that I'm not walking in the house at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning because I know Mel would trip. Now, am I coming in because I'm afraid that Mel is going to trip? No, I'm coming in because I respect my household.
Right.
It's just simple as that. Like I said, respecting your wife and understanding the boundaries don't make you beta.
Yeah, I know that. I've hung out with some dudes out here, especially earlier on when we first moved, or you know, years ago, and they had that whole, you know, it's my house.
Yeah.
Dudes that I honestly, some of these dudes I didn't even know were married just by the way they would act when we went out. But they would, you know, we would go out and they would go out. They would stay out long past when I was going. I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm about to roll out.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be 1:30 or something. Like, hey, I'm about to roll home. Like, this ain't it, like, we done ain't a good look. I'm going home, not because, oh, I got a curfew, but no, I'm respecting my household. These dudes, I know, actually, one of them even brought up, he was mad. His wife wasn't there, but he was like cussing her back, calling her everything. I mean, he was calling her stuff that I wouldn't call a stranger. Apparently, she had went out with her homegirls. This is the dude doing all kinds of dirt.
Yeah.
She went out with her homegirls and came in at like 4:30, and he couldn't take it. His little,
that's the thing.
I'm sitting there looking at it. His little fragile
Yeah.
ego had just shattered. I mean, he's calling her everything, and I'm sitting there looking at him, and I didn't even really know the dude like that, but I wanted to be like, so what did she do different that you don't do? It seems every weekend.
Yeah.
It's like, are you now? Do you have a fear that she's out here doing the same thing that you out here doing?
You beta now.
Yeah,
Chump.
yeah. Is she out here messing around with other people the way you are?
Oh,
is that your fear? Because now he's created this narrative that if you out there late, that's what you have to be doing because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why men be so jealous and so.
Because they out here doing some other
y'all
stuff.
out there doing the craziness. So you
Out there
thinking your
doing
old
some-
lady doing the
Out there
same
doing
thing.
the same thing. No, they was at their homegirl's house probably having a twerk contest with each other.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you over here tripping.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's now, you know, this particular, you know, man, or this type of man, he's created this whole thing. And that's how it happens. It's like some men just are jealous, just like some women are jealous. But by him going out, I imagine that had a lot to do with him thinking, oh, she been out here been laying up under some dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh, because he was pissed. But back to
So is that an alpha male's trait or is that a beta male trait? Because now you're whining.
yeah.
You're whining
Yeah,
now.
you whining. Yeah, that's exactly what you doing. You pouting over throwing the temper
you pouting
tantrum.
because your lady out like you be out.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like, and like, you know, some people say that's alpha me. I've never been like really jealous like that. It's like, you know, people trying to approach, you know, my wife or whatever, or, you know, saying certain things. I was never jealous because I don't see anybody else as a threat to my relationship.
I was jealous.
Yeah, was you?
When she was my girlfriend, and she was, like you said, her and her friends would go out, me and my friends would go out. Man, Hey, when I get in the house, you need to
You
be
better
right
be
there
in the
with me.
house. Then you coming in at
Right there.
3:30. She
I'm
came
coming
in at 2:59.
Yeah. I want you there with me. You understand me? Hey, that's how I was, because I knew who I was at that point and how dudes were just you go out at 20 and 20, you know, in your 20s, man, you trying to get whatever walking.
With any and everything.
Hey, and my girl out there too. Nah. Hey, I'm headed home. I'll meet you. I see you there.
Yeah, the door's unlocked. The lights on.
Leave the lights on for you. But yeah, that hey, but I still consider myself an alpha male. You know what? To me, alpha male is how a man holds himself up against other men. That's what an alpha male is.
Yeah, it will have nothing to do with
It
how
has
he
nothing
conduct himself in his relationship with his woman.
No. Alpha male is another man and me conversating how I hold up against this man and how I hold my composure, how I can defend myself, how I hold up to the next man. And confidence, basically, my confidence in myself. Mm-hmm. But how me and my wife's dynamic has nothing. My wife can boss me around. I can wash all the dishes, do all the clothes, clean the house every weekend, and go outside and beat your That can happen. That can happen.
Yeah.
That's when I'm an alpha male, when I need to protect and like I said, present myself to the world and have my confidence. Me and my wife together, I can be beta. And if she wants a beta male in the house, and if that turns her on, that's what I'm gonna be. Now, if she wants me to make more decisions,
it's all about access to the cheeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I need the cheeks. What you want me to wash these dishes?
Yeah,
shoot, I'll wash these dishes in booty shorts if she wanted me to. If it's gonna give me the cheeks, that's what I'm doing. But that's alpha male. How I conduct my business outside of the house. Inside the house, I don't care. My wife can run over me as long as she's happy and them cheeks is available. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
that's where I stand with the alpha.
The alpha, yeah, it could be. I didn't bother looking this term up. I just keep hearing it, and I'm just like, what is going on with this? But yeah, for me, it's like Angel would, like I said, she's had boyfriends that she considered to be, like I guess betas, or like dudes that wouldn't stand up. She's had. Mm-hmm. She said one time she had one of her boyfriends. Some dude was hollering at her in his face, and he didn't say nothing.
Dang.
I remember one time we was at we was in different cities. This is when we were dating. Mm-hmm. And she's on the phone with me pumping gas at the gas station. And I hear this dude saying, hey, how you doing? She's like, hey, how's it going? He was like, so what's your story? I said, put him on the phone. Now put him on the phone. Let y'all,
put me on speaker.
Shut it down. She just been, hey, how's it going? When I was talking to me, I hear him in the background. Yeah. Hey, so what's your story? I said, put him on the phone. Just don't, put him on the phone right now. It's like that's me. So it's and like that type of engagement, or like me, anytime I hear about the whole alpha beta thing, is usually in relationships. Mm. Like I never really considered it like you. I never, like, that was a good point. I never considered it like dealing with other men, because I deal with people the way I deal with people.
Yeah.
Like y'all see me how I just did. I'm gonna be me. I never thought about it that way, but that's a good point. It's like, who cares about the title and what other people think might be an alpha, or what you look at as an alpha? If it's working, whatever works in his house, if that's what's working, then guess what? He's a whole lot better off than most other men out here.
Yeah. Booty shorts and washing dishes. That works?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, what else you need? I make the bottles, all this stuff. Hey, man, forget you. I don't care if you think I'm beta or whatever else. It works in my house, like you said.
Yeah, I keep hearing it. I've never used the term. But that's the best way for me to describe. Like my wife. I've always wanted somebody assertive, somebody strong.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't never wanted somebody submissive. That's the term I always use. Like, dude, being submissive versus submissive and strong versus submissive versus being strong or something like that. Because I have been around men that are what I would consider to be I don't know, for lack of a better term, soft.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or
yeah,
not. I can't think of the right
confident.
term. Lack of confidence, showing a little bit lack of confidence. Like, I have been around guys like that. I don't do too well around them because then I end up coming off overbearing, I guess.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. That beta and alpha stuff happens between your interaction with another guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you see this in him around you, and you're like, man, what?
Yeah,
you know
because I notice I'm having to back off because I feel too. So I'm like, let me.
That's what I'm saying. So
I'm scaring you, ain't I? I'm sorry, man. Let me.
Exactly. I'm looking at you dead in your eyes. You can't even.
That bothered. I can't.
You can't even look at me in my face.
The fit. I call it the fish handshake.
Oh my goodness,
man. That's one thing I got on my oldest son. I'm like, hey, you shake somebody's hand. You try to at this age, you try to hurt them. Squeeze. Don't give nobody no dead fish handshake. That thing where they just put their hand in there and it ain't.
Yeah.
Oh, it drives me crazy.
There you go. Yeah.
I told this one dude I went shaking. This at work. When he shook his hand, I said, "Does it work?" He said, "Huh?" I said, "You ain't putting no pressure on me."
Nothing.
But then you got them dudes that think they have something to prove.
Oh yeah.
And then they try to make it an arm wrestling competition.
That's me.
Nah, it ain't. You got like a good. Let me see.
I get in there. See, I grab right there. He couldn't.
I ain't even.
That's me.
I be like, man, get up off me. Crazy ass. He had all. He had my fingernails.
Man, big as hell.
But you let the web hit.
Yeah, there you go. Man, but yes,
no, that's something that bothers me. That's something I like with my sons. I'm like, you make sure you look when you meet somebody before COVID, of course. You look them dead in their eyes and you speak and you give them a good firm handshake. But those dudes that I have met those guys and I'm just like, what are you trying to prove by applying this much pressure to my hand? Because it was a CEO for a company that I worked for, and this dude was a straight up, like,
oh my goodness,
to everybody.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who he was when I first met him.
Yeah.
And then when I figured out, because he said something slick to me, and I said something slick back. And I remember the room got dead silent because it was like my first day. I didn't know, I don't even know who this dude is. And so they had a company barbecue or whatever. So we went to the barbecue, and he was there. Guess he worked out. He had on his little bitty T-shirt, and that's when I was probably like 2. I was big.
Yeah.
And he walks up. He's like, "Hey, is this your family?" And we shook hands. I'm like, "Yeah, this is my wife." And as we're shaking, I notice he's squeezing. I was like, "You don't want to do this with me, right? Especially not right now." Yeah. I'm bearing down hard, and I noticed he relieved pressure. I just kept holding.
Yeah.
And because he just looking. I'm like, "Yep." I'm like, "You ain't about to win this competition. It's pissing competition we having right now, which is stupid." But like people like that, it's like, yeah, you got something going on where you feel like you need to, poke your chest out at people, and it's like Angel said, I got this. It's called the gift of discernment. Like I can read people within a couple of minutes of talking to them. Like I know exactly who they are. One of my homegirls, she was talking to this dude. I was leaving the gym, and I seen them. And she's like, "Hey, what's up?" So I walk up. We ain't seen each other in a long time. One of our real close friends. Like she's lived with us before. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" So we walk up, hug each other, and she was like, "Oh, I'm good. This is my friend." She introduced me to him. I noticed as soon as she introduced me to him, this dude was much bigger than me. He was probably like had a half inch taller than me, and dude was like had a real he was big dude, big right?
Boy. Okay.
And I noticed when she was like, "This is my friend so and so, whatever his name was." She was like, "This is Marcus with the I told you with his wife Angel, they have the twins or whatever." And I noticed he swells up in the chest. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" We shook hands. He wasn't no like thing, but he was like, "Hey, what's going on?" I noticed he let go real quick. He kept his chest puffed out. I was like, all right, what up? So he said, I'm gonna be back and run to use the restroom. So we just sitting there talking, and about a week later, she comes over to the house. She was like, so what did you think of whatever his name was? I said, is that the dude I met? She was like, yeah. I said, I can tell you right now, he's very insecure.
Yeah.
And she was like, what you mean? I said, he's extremely insecure. I said, I don't know what he thought me and you were, but I heard you explaining. Like, he knew who I was once you started explaining, because apparently you said our names a lot. I said, but why is somebody that much bigger than me poking his chest out and making himself look a certain way and looking at me, and why did he let go of my hand that quick and then walk off?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God, you are so right, because we went on that date and we talked a couple other times, and I was like, I can't deal with his insecurities. But it's like, it showed in his body language.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, dude, I'm not a threat. She's our close friends with my wife and me. It's like, we are like family. I have no interest in this woman. It's like, I'm just, dude, hey man, what's going on? It was like, I was cordial. I wasn't being no cold. I was like, hey man, what's up with you? I know it was hey, what's up? Just what's up?
His alphaness was
showed his weakness.
Yes, right there. his interaction with another male.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, you can be alpha with you when you interact with another male, with the guys, and you can be beta with your lady, and
if that's what she wants.
If that's what she wants.
Yeah, it's whatever works in the relationship. That's a good point. It's like, we go back to the original question or the original comment of somebody saying the alpha woman will eventually turn the alpha man into a beta, which is not true. The man should be exactly what the woman needs him to be, and vice versa.
Yeah.
The woman should be exactly what the man needs her to be.
Yep.
Simple as that. Stop using, I'm sick of these terms.
That's what I'm saying. Because, like I said,
the past two that we've done, we don't know nothing about these terms. No. The toxic masculine people, somebody got that. Hold on, let me get on these comments real quick. If I'm reading your comment and I can clearly see that you didn't watch or missed a good point, a strong point that we made, and either you didn't watch the full episode or you missed a strong point, I'm ignoring that comment altogether. I'm moving on to the next one, because I'm literally going down looking for episode ideas, because I do want to hear from y'all. So that's the main reason. But I noticed that it was just like, one person commented, was like, yeah, no, I can't watch this. What are y'all talking about? Nope, that's not what toxic masculinity is. What are you even talking about? I'm like, shut up.
but yeah, shut up.
It's like,
but tell
you
us,
just said you're not gonna watch it. Then why even comment?
But tell us what you think. Tell us.
That's
explain to us what it is.
Yeah, somebody did explain, but it was too long of an explanation, and then telling us y'all need to do research. No, we're only gonna do as much research as y'all give us to read. Because that's the main comment. First of all, y'all, no, we gonna be us.
Yeah,
we gonna go in it blind and figure it out.
Yeah, that's how. Being alpha, I'm an alpha when it comes to meeting, to holding my confidence up in a room of people, and then I'm a beta if my wife needs me to be a beta.
But that don't make him a beta man.
But
that makes him a good partner in relation and husband.
Hey, I know how to navigate these streets so I can get them cheeks. You feel me? Try me if you want to.
Yeah. I thought you wasn't on that no more. You said I will call my lawyer.
You can, that is true. I ain't about to do nothing, man.
He said, I've been twisted up before.
Yeah, I'm calling the police on y'all.
Hey. Yeah, cut this out. I got my phone right here.
Hey, come on. What is it? What's on your iPhone? Siri? Who is it?
Yeah, iPhone Siri. Yeah.
It's Siri? 911.
They out here tripping.
I ain't even got to press a button.
This man trying to get physical with me. All right, fam. So let us know what you think. Does it take a true alpha to be with the alpha woman, and will he become beta if he's with I completely disagree with that. And how do you see it? How do y'all see the alpha beta? If you even I'm not with these terms. I don't care. I just know I didn't want a submissive woman, and I know I'm a confident person. That's simple as that.
Simple as that.
I'm removing that alpha, beta, gamma, sigma crap completely off of any title that I have. But
I think also, young lady, don't change who you are.
No.
Do your thing, and like he said, weed out the weak guys that can't hold up to your standards and can't that don't have enough confidence in themselves to deal with a confident woman.
Unless what you doing is just not for the better good of you or anybody else. You can't be tearing nobody down. But I don't think that's what it was. I think you were saying that you're just the alpha woman and you're looking for alpha man, and they not hand. That means you ain't found a good alpha man yet. Yeah. Simple as that. So do you. He's gonna come. God gonna send him to you. But thank y'all for tuning in. Again, this is another episode of Let Us Tell It. Y'all can find me on Instagram at Marcus on the Gram. Y'all can find me on Facebook, Marcus on the Book. You can find my beard and body butter called Man Shit. That's MANSHYT. You can go MANSHYT.com. You can go find that. If you're listening, if you're listening, thank you for tuning in as well. And if you're listening, you can find the visual of this on YouTube at Tanksley TV. If you're watching, you can find the audio of this across all streaming podcast platforms.
Yes,
go ahead, Goose. Give me your social media.
You can catch me on IG. That's GOOLZBY. Building with Goose on YouTube. And you can buy my merch on underreptmerch.com.
Absolutely. And I put all this on the podcast platform. I put all of this same information, so you can find it there as well.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for tuning in. I'll holler back at y'all, fam. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah.